The name Dolby is synonymous with cinema. So when I was invited to Hollywood for a tour of their latest tech, I couldn't turn it down. Hey Tim, how's it going?
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So you're a re-recording mixer.
That's right.
What exactly is that?
So a re-recording mixer basically puts together all the final sound elements, dialogue, music, sound effects, and creates a final mix that you would hear in a theater or at home.
What type of productions have you worked on that we'd be familiar with?
Started off in the music side, working for Prince at Paisley Park Studios,
Right.
and then things like a few James Bond titles.
I'd love to see some of the stuff you do and, if
Absolutely.
possible, help out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do it.
Cool. This looks very complicated. What are we going to do?
So what we're doing right now is we're actually going to be mixing this episode of Game of Thrones.
I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim.
So we're actually mixing this in Dolby Atmos.
Okay.
So when you think about a television show like Game of Thrones when it's first broadcast, it's broadcast 5.1 usually. So that's left, center, right in the front, left surround, right surround, as well as a subwoofer.
But Atmos gives surround sound a new dimension.
Atmos consists of beds and objects. And beds is kind of like the channel-based format. It's left, center, right, but it's a 7.1. So it's left, center, right, 2 side surrounds, 2 rear surrounds in a subwoofer, and then you have 118 objects of just whatever you want to place anywhere in the space around you at any given... 118.
This is where Atmos comes into its own. Tim can program an individual sound to become a so-called object. And using the new software, he can move this object anywhere in a 3D space.
What we're going to do now is we're going to actually have the dragon panning up and panning over.
Oh, wow.
And then you can actually see how that takes place.
Okay.
In fact, if you want to take a shot at this.
I'd be happy to. Just point me to the right buttons and sliders.
Yeah, here. So this is just the dragon effect, just by itself. All right. So this is basically up. If you pan up, that's to make it go up.
Yep.
This fader is to make it go back.
Oh,
all right.
wow.
So that's basically, you're going to focus on kind of those two. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Mother of dragons, mixer of dragons.
I'm just going to give you the key. You can just do
Take the rest of the afternoon off, Tim.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to sit back here and put my arms up.
I've got this. Mix complete, my final treat was to hear Dolby Atmos in a finished show. As well as being used in cinemas, you can now buy Atmos-ready home cinema kits. Look at that.
A couple of things that we're going to watch out here for are the arrows moving, and then there's an explosion, which is pretty terrific in a minute. Here we go.
This setup is typical of how to get Atmos at home. Most current Blu-ray players will play it.
You hear the drop?
Yeah. But you'll need a surround sound receiver equipped with Atmos, and for the best effect, an Atmos-enabled 7-speaker setup with sub. And you can feel it as well.
Yeah. Here comes the fire. I love that. It's a combination of that camera movement and the bass going off. It just makes you feel like you're on the boat.
An Atmos home cinema setup will set you back around $1,000, but it is more realistic than traditional surround sound. It's so unusual to feel as much as we are right now when watching. I've become used to hearing things sound so fantastic in the cinema, but it's actually that visceral experience that we're getting, provided mostly by the bass, and it does feel a lot more immersive as well. If you don't want all these speakers in your front room, don't worry, because Dolby are opening their premium cinemas around the world and hope to bring them to the UK soon. From my taster, I reckon movie fans should be very excited.